We begin with tragic news from the world of NASCAR. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 children were among 7 people who were killed in a plane crash today in Statesville, North Carolina. The plane that crashed was a fixed-wing, multi-engine Cessna 550. It crashed while attempting to return to Statesville Regional Airport shortly after takeoff. Greg Biffle was 55 years old. In the National Football League, the Green Bay Packers listed running back Josh Jacobs and receiver Christian Watson as questionable for Saturday's game at Chicago. The Philadelphia Eagles ruled out offensive lineman Lane Johnson and defensive lineman Jalen Carter for Saturday's game at Washington. The Commanders, for their part, ruled out left tackle Laramie Tunsil because of an oblique injury. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
All right, it's go time. It's showtime. It's CNR time.
Let's go.
It's super fun time because Thursday is the new Friday, week 16 of the NFL, plus fight weekend, holiday party weekend. I'm pumped, dude. I'm pumped.
Man. Just don't be the drunkest person at the holiday party. Only rule.
Dude, this is
baby.
such a great weekend. You know me. I love a nice Heine. I love me the holidays, and I love me a fight weekend. And it starts off with 2 11-3 teams tonight. That's a battle in itself. I can't wait.
Hey,
we have lots to get to.
Can they both lose as a Niners fan? Can the Seahawks and Rams both pick up an L?
I know you want that, but it's not happening. But let's rock out. CNR on FSR Live from the Fox Sports Radio studios. Remember, we're streaming live at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. And I'll say this. People make note. People get ready. Speaking of the fight, right after this show in 2 hours, we're going to break it down on Overpromised, our bonus pod, episode 122, with fight expert Two-Tone the Superstar.
Love that guy on TikTok.
Yeah, he's great. He's a social media superstar, but he's also a big fight guy. We'll talk about all the fights coming up, especially Jake Paul, AJ, right after this show, right here on our YouTube page. Follow for free. Send it to a friend. Covino and Rich FSR. But before we get into it, Rich, got to talk Caleb Williams. Old school when 50 hits. We're throwing it back on a Thursday. Spaghetti in a bag. What's that about? Food, entertainment, and more. Am I the weird guy? Am I the weird guy for still wiping down the console and the counters
I'm not going to lie to you.
People talk about me behind my back.
Look at you and Danny G.
Covino's a big germaphobe.
You both have wipes in your hand. Like, honestly, is it 2020?
Yeah.
You wipe down your groceries still?
Yeah.
Me
no,
too.
No, I don't do that.
And Aaron Torres, who just hosted in the Dugout Show, he also wiped everything down. There's nothing wrong with that.
You know what? I think you're weird if you don't.
Well,
on the airplane.
Yeah, what do you lick taxi cab floors?
Yeah, seriously.
You
Did you
weirdo?
not learn a lesson 5 years ago?
No.
6 years ago?
Nope.
You have young kid immunity. That's what you have. Young children,
No,
and they've always got
have-
their fingers, poking them in your eye.
I haven't been a wuss my whole life mentality.
He thinks he's better than us,
You
Sam.
play baseball, you play softball, you lick your hands, then you touch a bat that everyone else touched. You playing in the mud and the dirt as a kid.
Yeah.
I was never.
You know what, though?
I'll be honest. I was never a clean kid. I was
Just like-
clean, but I was never like
Yeah,
the.
that's why they call you Doodoo Caca Finger
no,
Davis.
I was just never the kid that was like, let me wipe down, let me wash my hands.
Well,
to me-
okay.
All right,
You
listen.
got to wash your hands.
I was never a clean kid.
I was
Yeah,
never
Dirty Ass Davis, they called him.
Did you leave the stall without washing your hands, Rich? You one of those guys?
Yes,
Well,
he is.
never-
Don't be
No,
fooled
please,
by his
don't say
handsome
that.
smile.
I will-
He is that guy.
I will never leave a stall. But there are times where I'm at my house and I'll take a number one and I'm thinking like, my junk's clean. What do I need to wash my hands for?
See what I mean? Don't shake his hand.
Yeah. And if you saw what LeVar Arrington did with that microphone every morning, Rich, you'd have a
Exactly.
I know he puts his feet on it, but you know what? That's why I got immunity, dude. What do you take every day? I take vitamin D. I take my NAD+ because I'm aging in reverse now. And
Nads.
you take Nads. I take my men's daily vitamin. And you know what? I got little kids that are boogers.
Exactly.
I just think you guys.
You got built-in protection.
You guys are going to, you guys are weak-ass immunity.
The workplace is a
Wipe it down,
grimy
everyone.
place, especially a radio studio. But happy to be here, and let's get into it, man. A big game tonight.
You probably still sing happy birthday when you wash your hands like it's COVID times.
I do. No, I learned a lesson.
Birthday to
And radio stations especially are germ-infested dirt deposits of grime. So, Caleb Williams. Can we talk about him
Let's
for
talk
a
about
minute?
Caleb Williams. In fact, as we say that, so many people talking about this big game on Sunday. Bears looking for revenge. They're playing at home in Chicago before they move to Indiana, right? Playing at Soldier Field. They're slight dogs, which is wild. And Ben Johnson said his team is ready. They are pumped up at their shot at the Packers. And in fact, there's people that think the loser of this game could see their way out of the playoffs. I don't think that. I think they both make it. I think Detroit's the odd man out, but we'll see. That's a big one. But speaking of the Bears,
Caleb Williams.
they've never had a good quarterback, the Bears. Right? Think about it. They've never had a good quarterback.
Well,
Who?
you could say Jay Cutler was good.
Oh, God, it's adequate.
You could say Rex Grossman at times was really good, and then at times was really bad, but they haven't had a Super Bowl level quarterback since Jim McMahon.
Even
40 years ago.
But he wasn't even a
But
good
and
quarterback.
he wasn't
guy.
like
He was
wasn't-
cool, though.
Yeah, no, he was along for the ride and did his part, but
Jim
yeah, wasn't
McMahon was like Joe Namath
yeah.
on steroids, meaning like
He had
way
swag.
cool.
Yeah, he presented cool.
He was cool as could be. Got a mullet and shades on.
Headbands.
Jim McMahon probably slept with half your moms,
He was so 80s cool for sure.
but he wasn't really good. So,
but did he didn't lead the team to
Oh, and
it was
when
their
they-
defense
and when they
and
lost
running
that,
game.
when they lost that Super Bowl in the rain to the Colts, what was that? 06? Who was the quarterback of that team?
Rex Grossman.
Rex Grossman.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, that you knew that what was going to happen in that game. Peyton Manning, right? So
Caleb
I
Williams.
think Caleb Williams is the best thing that's happened to Chicago.
Absolutely. And we're seeing the progression. We're seeing him do better and better all the time. He's consistently gotten better. So let's start with some props.
Dare I say the best thing to happen to Chicago since Michael Jordan? Think of Chicago sports. The 2016
Frank
Cubs.
Thomas.
The 2016 Cubs.
Blackhawks won a couple Stanley
Yeah,
Cups.
but no one cares
The
about the
Big Hurt.
Blackhawks. I'm talking like face of Chicago. Since Michael Jordan.
Abe Froman.
That's a good one.
He was the sausage king.
Sebastian Maniscalco's from Chicago.
Yeah, he is.
Chicago. But
You're Abe Froman, the sausage king of Chicago.
who is the sausage king of Chicago?
Steve Bartman was pretty big.
But the 2016 Cubs, that was a a Rizzo. You had a bunch of stars on that team. Haywood. You had Chris Bryant. Like you had a squad of great players, but no one was like the face of that team. So I'm saying that Caleb Williams could very well be the best thing that happened to Chicago sports since Michael Jordan.
That's a question in itself.
And I say
Feel
that,
free.
and I say that because I'm disappointed in Caleb Williams.
Well, the story is, and Danny G will elaborate, but Joe Buck has been outspoken saying that Caleb Williams snubbed Monday Night Football not once, but twice.
Not
He snubbed
one,
the pre,
not two.
Nope, another one. The
Another one.
pre-show meeting, the pre-meeting for Monday Night Football, Caleb Williams was like, nah. But it goes back with the beef that he had with Troy Aikman. Aikman apparently very, very critical of Caleb Williams, so he probably kept that in his back pocket. He kept the receipts. And when they were like, yeah, we need you to come out for these pregame meetings, he was a no-show, so therefore snubbed them, again, not once, but twice.
I always keep the receipts because you ever see Judge Judy? What does she always want?
Let's see the receipts.
Show me the receipts.
Who are you?
I even keep my CVS receipt. That's
Let's see the receipts.
That's 8 feet long because Judge Judy's in my head.
Yeah.
Show me the receipts.
Well, there's deals on those receipts, but you're not going to go back to CVS 2 days later to use them.
No, I keep them just to add to my girlfriend's collection. You know, all the ones that she leaves on the counter.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, those.
50% off Vidal Sassoon if I buy it in the next 48 hours.
Yes.
So
So,
I was just here.
dude,
I'm not coming back.
what is it with women? I hate to be sexist. I've been sexist 2 days in a row. What is it? You know what?
keep
What
it
is it
going.
with women and their water bottles everywhere? receipts everywhere and boxes. They building a clubhouse? What is going on? So I keep the receipts too, Rich, because I get yelled at if I throw them away. And apparently Caleb Williams kept his too.
No, he doesn't like the criticism, but
He doesn't like it. But do you feel it's his obligation as the face of the franchise? You said it yourself just now. He's the best thing since the Michael Jordan sliced bread in Chicago. If he is, shouldn't it be, I can't say mandatory, but understood that it's part of the gig to be there regardless of your personal feelings of Troy Aikman?
I mean, Caleb Williams, I find to be a likable guy. Some might disagree. I think he's
very likable.
I think he's cool. I think, again,
It poses the question.
Oh, dude,
though.
I just said he's the best thing to happen to Chicago since Michael Jordan. I think
I got nothing against him.
That shows you how I feel about what Caleb Williams is capable of. But here's where I go a little haywire and say, like, yo, you're disappointing me, kiddo.
Okay.
And I say kiddo because he's like half my age. He's like 20. We got to remember, these guys are like 20 years old. Caleb Williams, much the same way I criticized Justin Herbert a week ago. Because you got to remember, I'm consistent here. I was so disappointed in how Justin Herbert handled his post-game interview, and some people said I was a whiny bitch, and I'm like, no. The media is there, and the networks are there, and all these people are there because they perpetuate and support your product. So I did not like how Justin Herbert handled his post-game, where he's like, yeah, I don't want to talk to you.
Same. It was a bad luck.
I thought it was
Don't
bad
get
luck.
mad at us for calling what we see.
And
Be mad at him for doing it.
I have a rule. Anytime someone does something, it's the Covino Rich rule. I'm sure we're not the only ones that do this, but I say to myself, well, would I do that? And the equivalent in my world would be
I thought you said, did I do that? I thought it was, did I do that?
got any cheese? I think to myself,
Did I do that?
I know what
Did I do that?
what comes with being a broadcaster is being not just a host on the air. It's being friendly with sales, being a great team player here at the company. There's layers to what we do.
It's not just the on-air product.
and
That's the
whatever-
most important part,
And
for
whatever you do for a living, you don't have to be a radio host to agree that your job isn't one-dimensional. That would be like if I did the greatest show in the world, but I was like, you know what I don't want to do? I don't want to do a tire rack read. You know what, tire rack? Great people that support our show. That's part of the game. If Caleb Williams doesn't want to sit down to do a Monday Night Football interview,
part of the business, right? It's part of the
Right?
business. It's just what you have to do,
saying young and old athletes,
especially if you're the face.
he owes it to him. And if anyone disagrees with me, they're out of their mind, and I want them to come in the studio and debate me on it. I want to hear from you at 877-99 on Fox, because I think if you...
Someone's storming in right now. Oh my! You know what? You requested, and here he is, Mike,
Mike.
who runs his place.
Never heard of him.
Big Mike, who runs his place.
I am tired of this
heard of 'em.
ridiculousness.
Wow.
So I believe they owe it to the fans, the media, the teams, everything to
They don't owe you a damn thing.
Wow.
They're not on the radio. They're not getting paid to talk to you. Now, they may
He's
have
getting paid, though, Mike.
media obligations, sure, but they don't have to do anything for you. That's not their job. They got drafted because they can play football, not because they can talk to the media.
Have you ever heard Colin Cowherd say quarterback face? Because it needs to be more than just a guy that could sling the ball. You got to be a face of the franchise. You
I
got
have
to
something to say about that, Mike.
Okay.
Actually, I see your point, obviously, right? It's a great point. All that matters is what he's doing on the field. But what kind of leader are you? What kind of leader could you be if you can't even conduct yourself in a professional way like that?
Well, that's on
You
your.
could
That's
really
on the
command,
team.
Can you really command the locker room and respect from anyone if you
so
can't
you're
answer a
general
question?
manager, you're watching a guy on the field play quarterback, and you're thinking to yourself, you know what? He didn't look good in front of the camera. I'm not drafting that guy. Are you kidding me right now?
That would be on my checklist
Are you
at the
kidding
combine.
me right now? Now, look, okay, I'm not saying you don't consider that as part of his job, but he doesn't need to be that guy, and you can work around it if he's not that guy, because you got to know that there are people out there that don't feel comfortable in these interview situations. We talk about Marshawn Lynch, who didn't want to. He was at the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
He didn't feel comfortable in front of the microphone.
Not everyone is built for the camera. Not everyone has that type of personality. But what does he expect Troy Aikman to do? Not do his job? He wants everyone to kiss his ass, right?
No,
Troy Aikman's doing his job. So what now?
He doesn't
he's
have
just
to
gonna
call. He doesn't have to be. Troy doesn't have to call him out because he doesn't want to do an interview with Troy.
Yeah, but don't we have a rule like you can't be a sports baby? right? He's a football player. He can't take a little criticism. So just because Troy Aikman criticizes his game, he's going to say, nah, now I'm not going to talk to Monday Night Football and to the broadcast.
Do we know, is that why he decided not to talk to him?
This is according to Joe Buck.
Okay.
You don't believe Joe Buck all of a sudden?
And again, what's he making? Look, Caleb Williams, #1 draft pick, Chicago Bears, signed a 4-year, fully guaranteed contract worth $39.5 million with a $25.5 million signing bonus, averaging $9.9 million annually. He can't take a few minutes to talk to Troy Aikman, suck it up a little bit.
Now, let me tell you.
For the fans, for the leadership, for the look of it.
I'm a big fan of Caleb Williams.
Same.
Like I said, I mean, I wouldn't say best thing to happen to Chicago since Michael Jordan if I didn't think that. I just think you got to talk to the media. You have to present yourself in these ways. If I was a general manager, which, I could imagine someone one day calling me, be like, Rich, you're the right guy. If I were a general manager.
More like a general store manager.
General store manager.
It's a good one, Sam.
Thank you.
I'll take it.
Right,
I would think part of it would be like, hey, listen, all right. You know how you see a coach and a GM will be like, all right, run me through these schemes, and they have the dry erase board. I'd be like, all right, we just won a game in overtime. I'm Susie Colbert. I'm Hannah Storm or someone. I'd grab a fake mic and be like, hey, go ahead, you're on.
Okay, because
I want to see how you react. I want to see how you are.
That is why you are not being asked to be a general manager of a football team,
Mike.
Because you think something like that
matters.
It matters in a tiny itty bitty little bit. That's something that you can easily overlook if you've got a guy who knows how to sling the football and lead a team.
Mike, you know what I used to do when I was a single guy? A lot of things. But I'll tell
sure
you
you
what.
want to talk about
I'm
this?
not sure I want to.
Yeah, you want to hear about this on Fox Sports?
When I was a single guy, I used to take women to a comedy club. And part of my test was when the comedian would tell really dirty jokes, I would look at her reaction. Because I'd be like, if she's like ewing and when the guy's saying raunchy stuff, I'd be like, nah, not for me. If I'm a GM and a coach and I'm trying to find the face of my franchise, quarterback face, someone to lead this team, I want to know how they react in a good or bad situation when a mic is thrown in their face.
Is it the most important thing?
It's not the most important thing.
Not the most important
I'm not
thing,
taking
but part of the gig.
I'm not taking Guy Smiley, who has a QBR rating of 0. But I think Caleb Williams is in a position to be the face of a city for the next decade. I'm just saying, fine-tune these things, Caleb. Fine-tune them.
What if he doesn't want to be the face of a team for the next decade and he just wants to win football games? How about that? Why can't that be enough?
I'm glad
He's
you're
a
saying this, though,
football
Mike, because every time we talk about stuff like this, a la Justin Herbert a few weeks ago or last week, we always get the same pushback from listeners that you're giving us right now. So I'm glad you're speaking your side here.
Like, not everybody is comfortable in front of a microphone like you guys are.
Right.
You guys love it.
One
it's great.
last point I want to make, because I do hear what Mike is saying, right? But I want to go to the phones, too, at 877-99 on Fox. Rich, you said Caleb Williams is 20. He's actually 24, right? But these younger dudes came up so comfortable in front of the camera. You kidding me? They're doing little dance moves. They grew up with this. Caleb Williams grew up probably doing, was that the floss on TikTok?
You can't
Musically.
score a touchdown.
Yeah.
You start doing the floss and then be
Doing
like,
a
kids today.
Harlem Shake.
Yeah,
You
kids
can't-
today are way, way primed and ready for
bro,
this.
you can't gritty into the end zone and then be like, oh, can't talk.
Oh, I'm dead serious. So, I'm not buying that because they're more comfortable than ever before in front of the camera.
Couple of things to point out about this story.
It's
the
completely
PR
fake now.
No,
Okay.
it's the some of it. The PR director is who Caleb Williams is blaming. Chicago's PR director, because these were both Zoom meetings where the guy sat there and Caleb didn't show up.
Oh,
But it was Williams who made this public, not Aikman. All right. So this SI article says, since it was Williams who made this public and put the blame on Aikman for the two not having their pregame production meeting, Buck was left miffed. That's the part that bothered me the most, said Buck. It was like, whoa. This was on your guys' schedule, and we sat there and we had it happen twice in the first 6 weeks.
You know what I think would be a cool move? Remember how we just saw recently Jaden Daniels missed a high five with the owner of the Texans, and they made a viral video out of it.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, wow. It really humanized the owner and made you be like, man, Jaden Daniels. Did I say Jaden Daniels? C.J. Stroud, my bad. C.J. Stroud made him look way cooler, humanized him. The owner of the Texans, took the ribbing of, I got this with the high five. If Troy Aikman and Caleb Williams in a world of social media videos.
Just do a trending video or something?
If they made a funny video together, we'd all be like, yo, Aikman's funnier than we thought. And we'd be like, Caleb Williams.
They could turn this into something cool. That would be
We
nice.
live in a world now where you're one social media funny video away from changing the narrative on something. I
But
really
Rich,
believe that.
I do agree with Rich, which is rare. Like, you can't be a one-dimensional quarterback in today's world. A one-dimensional anything. You know, even in radio, we have to do stuff for social media. That wasn't part of the gig originally. So I know there's the argument of, yeah, man, I'm just here to play football. I never signed up for anything else. I'm a good football player. Hey, I never signed up to be on the camera. I never signed up to do extra social media content afterward. That just became the progression of what we do. I came here to rock the mic on the daily. And, you know, I think this is something that a lot of young players in professional sports, in today's world, in today's landscape of promotion, have to get used to. It's just part of the game, part of the gig.
That's fine. When you guys get to be GMs of your football team, you can make sure that your players are well-versed in the media and don't worry about how well they play on the field.
They're born that way. I don't care if you run a pizzeria. You have to have a social media presence, right? You have to find someone that works there that's going to promote your product.
Can I tell you something disappointing?
That's Caleb Williams' job, is to promote the Bears product?
Yes.
That's his
Make
job?
them likable. As the face of a franchise?
Oh.
Yeah, I think so. It's part of it. It's
I
not
think
their
it's
sole
his job to win football games. Period. End of sentence.
It's just like
period.
Our job is to host an entertaining show. That's our primary job. But there's other things involved.
No, that's not true. It's it's not the same. It's apples to oranges, because you guys, if you want to keep your jobs, you have to keep the advertisers happy. You have to keep the people interested. That's why you have to do all of these extra media things that you didn't sign up for in the beginning, but you're okay. You're going to pivot. You're going to do it. That's not what Caleb Williams is doing. Caleb Williams signed up to play football. He didn't sign up to be the face of the Bears or to, be the ones who's in charge of making sure that everybody's happy with him on the camera. That's ridiculous.
I don't know. You're the number one overall pick, though. That's a pretty big deal. There's a lot of
because
heaviness
you
of the crown.
Because
Thank
you're a
you,
football
Sammy.
player.
We got
with great power.
I was also support Mike's point, though. Like, Bill Belichick is living proof that you can be hard with the media, you can be kind of introverted, and you can still be championship level and win Super Bowls. But Caleb Williams, I agree, he has to. Like, he doesn't even strike me as an introverted guy. He strikes me as an extrovert.
No one's expecting him to do comedy up there.
No.
No one's expecting him to be Dangerfield.
But he is the number one overall pick 2 years ago, and he's a Heisman Trophy winner.
And a generational type of guy.
He does have to have some media gravitas.
And I think a young person, there's no excuse for a young person to not feel comfortable.
Can I give you?
He doesn't strike me as that introverted.
Football.
Can I give you the lamest analogy ever?
This isn't 1960 anymore.
I mean,
Mike.
I'm great at lame analogy, so give me 10 seconds. I go to the mall with my wife, and this is a true story because we're on camera now talking about pivots, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have to actually, truth be told, put a little powder on our head so we're not shiny for the camera.
True story.
So I had to go to the mall with my wife and be like, babe, help me. I need like some type of powder or something for my head, right?
Sure.
So I'm not shiny. I don't want to be shiny. I go to Sephora. There's the sassiest, most charismatic gay dude that helps me out. And I'm like, this guy's charisma plus. I had the greatest experience. And I'm like, my guy.
What's his name? Damo?
Was his name Scandal?
Scandal at Sephora. This guy was the most helpful, sassy. Like,
I think I know the guy.
He should be on like a reality show.
Yeah.
This guy was over the top sass, like sparkles were shooting out of him.
Sounds like a wonderful experience.
Right. And I go, thank you so much for helping me. I'm going to go on Fox Sports Radio, and now I won't have a shiny head because of you. Thank you. I go, what's your social media? He goes, yeah, I don't really do that. And I go,
yeah, in today's world?
I was like, you're a young.
You must have bodies hidden somewhere.
You're a young dude that
what are you hiding?
Clearly knows his makeup game.
If you don't have a social media footprint and you're not giving that extra layer in today's world, especially as a young person, that's odd.
My wife said,
for him to deny camera time, that's odd for a young leader of a franchise.
All right. Well, your thoughts and feedback. Let me get the computer up. We'll read the feedback. And by the way, I want to wish you a happy birthday, Mike.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. No, it's Stone Cold's 61st birthday
What?
today. So.
Not Stone Old's birthday.
What?
Yeah, you're Stone Old Mike.
Man, I'm just taking it.
I'm
That's
sorry.
rough.
Hey, Mike, I'm glad
Love
you
you.
came in today. I'm glad you spoke that side because every time we bring it up, I get it. Even if you're a Bears fan, all you expect and all you want is for him to deliver on the field. That is the most important. I agree with you there. But there is an extra layer to almost everybody's job, and that's to get in front of the camera, to promote, and just to answer the questions. That's all. No one expects you to be Tony Robbins out there delivering a TED Talk.
By the way, I think moving forward, I want you to bust in anytime you
Anytime
you adamantly disagree with me. I love that you just busted in. Like,
Throw something at Rich next time. Yeah, throw things.
All right.
Yeah, we don't need that many interruptions during the week.
Right?
Thank you, Mike.
Thanks, Mike.
All right. Hey, listen, we'll talk about Caleb Williams. We're going to talk a lot about these great matchups for NFL Week 16. Starting tonight, Rams and Seahawks. Let's break down that game a little bit.
Plus old school and 50 hits
And
in 25 minutes.
We'll go old school with Covino. One of the studliest dudes of our childhood that every woman wanted celebrates a birthday today, and it's not Stone Cold Steve Austin. We got more Covino and Rich next here on Fox Sports Radio.
Quick timeout, Rich and Mike. Holiday upgrade check. Are you still watching the games on an old small TV? You know, there's a reason we're going to Rich's for the fight tomorrow, because you got the TCL.
No
if not,
doubt.
you're only seeing about half the game, half the fight.
Your TV should not tap out in the red zone. TCL, they got the QM8K QD mini LED. That's the real MVP. We're talking ultimate brightness, ultimate black levels, the ultimate experience. You could taste the turf. And it's not just football, guys. You're watching holiday movies. You're watching The Beast in Me on Netflix, our favorite show.
That was good.
All looks better on that TCL.
Here's the play. Holiday savings off select TCL TVs. Go premium with the QM8K. Brilliant picture. Huge sound. The ultimate choice. Or grab the versatile QM6K for an elevated game day experience.
Hey, just don't overthink it. The ultimate experience awaits with TCL. Bragging rights. Get it while supplies last. TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL. Find the TCL TVs at all the major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
I'm here so I won't get fined.
That was great.
Joe Burrow, 29 years old, has got the world by the cojones, but it seems the one thing he doesn't have is his health. Can't stay healthy. And the buzz is, and it's obvious, it's very reminiscent of another legendary quarterback. And I remember where I was when we heard Andrew Luck's retirement speech. Like, he called it donezo. I remember being really sad by that. I was so sad, and I'm not an Andrew Luck fan. I'm not a Colts fan. But I'm a fan of greatness, and I was a fan of seeing where his career went. I felt it was very reminiscent when you hear Joe Burrow saying the same sort of thing.
Take a listen to Burrow, and hey, it's what we all do, not just on sports radio and podcast, and you know what you do it on social media. We do it in day-to-day life in our families. We all overanalyze what people say.
Okay, can I just pose the question before we play the clip then? I'm sure you've seen it. Joe Burrow's all over the place today. Is this retirement talk, or is he just going through it? You know, sometimes people just have bad days, bad moods, terrible, horrible, no good, very bad days. It could very well be he woke up on the wrong side of the bed, had a bad season, sort of down, sort of glum on himself. He could
also be thinking, man, I came back to a team that couldn't even, stay afloat for me.
Yeah.
Is it even worth it?
Hey, look, we all go through little pouty moments where we feel sorry for ourselves. Could it be just that, and we're making a bigger deal about it? Like, I've never heard Joe Burrow talk this way, though, so that's why it's got people buzzing. Is this retirement talk, or is he just going through it?
And you know what it also proves? That no matter how cool, handsome, successful, it doesn't matter.
No matter how great your hair is.
The guy's got great hair.
Great hair.
Everyone's got problems. He's got a Victoria's Secret supermodel girlfriend. He's one of the highest paid athletes in all professional sports. On top of that, he's like a handsome, cool guy. Like, you would think, what could possibly bother this guy? But he does seem, like you said, like he's going through it.
If I want to keep doing this, I have to have fun doing it. You know, I've been through a lot, and if it's not fun, then what am I doing it for? I'm not sure there was a singular moment or of time. It's just a reflection on a lot of things that I've done and been through in my career. I think I've been through more than most, and it's certainly not easy on the brain or the body, so just trying to have fun doing it again.
You know, even Jamar Chase was taken by surprise. He was like, oh, not the Joe Burrow I know and see. He always comes in with positivity and, I don't know. So when I heard Jamar Chase talking about, like, that's not the guy that I see, I'm thinking that maybe he just had a bad day. Here's Jamar Chase.
He smiles every day. Like the narrative that y'all trying to paint on him right now, I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's the same person every day. He comes to work. He loves work. He loves the guys in the locker room, so he's pretty positive to me.
There's no narratives. We're just asking questions. Just for the mics.
A little bit of narratives. That's okay.
Yeah, but if you show up to your workplace, right? Because this is workplace. If I showed up on the air, and we all have bad days, and I said on the air, this just isn't fun for me anymore. Just don't feel the same way that I used to feel about radio. So why do radio if I'm not having fun doing it? There's other things that I could do, and if I'm not having fun, then why this? Wouldn't people be like, "Hey, dude, are you kidding right now?" That doesn't sound like positive talk.
The whole injury stuff that you go through, from anything that we hear from athletes, like, it's not easy when you're not with the team, you're not playing, and you're injured, and now he comes back into a situation where basically they have to be perfect to even make the playoffs. And if he's now saying after a couple of games back, it looked like it was fun playing against the Ravens on Thanksgiving, right? I mean, they're kicking their butts, but very odd timing.
You know what I'm noticing, Dan?
It was that Bills game in the snow. Honestly, he had
the one he threw 4 touchdowns in.
He had a rough fourth quarter. That game got away, and maybe there's frustration, like you said. Covino's going through it. Like,
a normal response would have been, though, it's been a tough year. It's been a really tough year. Like that sort of vibe. I think there was more to it. And what I noticed listening to that clip is it's not as dramatic to hear it as when you see it. Because when you see him and you see his body language, he looks really defeated. And I get it. Tough season, rough season. But when you see the body language mixed with what he said, it feels worse than what Andrew Luck was saying when Andrew Luck basically said he wasn't playing anymore. And he's not getting past these injuries. We don't know how he feels. That's the thing. We don't know really how he feels and what a struggle it's been. We're not him. We're not in his cleats. It's just not the vibe you want to hear from your starting quarterback.
Christmas, you filthy animal.
Happy Hanukkah to our Jewish friends live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Sesame Street helped raise all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs Sesame and Sesame needs you.
Remember the Sesame Street Christmas special when you were a kid? Big Birds ice skating to Feliz Navidad. You remember that?
Not really, no.
Bert and Ernie getting each other weird
more
Christmas
of a Mr.
gifts?
Rogers guy.
All right.
But still, sesame.org. Donate. Do the right thing.
Honestly, I have an 8-year-old and a 5-year-old, and they're beyond that now, but Sesame Street big in my family, and I'm sure a lot of people's families. I mean,
no doubt, bro. Can you tell me how to get there?
Sunny days.
Wait, your kids at that age are already past Sesame Street? They're just watching more interesting
dumb
things?
YouTube videos.
Oh, they go through phases, man. Yeah, kids.
I'll be honest, Bluey's almost in the rear view.
Yeah,
and that was like a
they
big
move
show.
quick. So anyway, living the dad life.
Covino told me about that, and I didn't believe me. He goes, dude, your kids will be on that, and then 6 months later, they're too old for it. Like, I bet you Danny G's beautiful son, Ko, is like starting Bluey now, right?
Oh, he's moved on to Sopranos.
Ko is watching The Beast in Me tonight on Netflix.
Oh, my God.
All right, so thank you guys for watching us.
Aggie Wigs?
Covino and Rich FSR. Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. Getting all your feedback now, 877-99 on Fox. In 16 minutes, we throw it back, old school in 50 hits. Let's just say we celebrate a movie icon's birthday. So stick around for that. But, Rich, I had an epiphany. I was just in the bathroom, and I had an epiphany. I'll tell you, I have my best thoughts in the bathroom. I'm thinking about doing a podcast from the bathroom here. Because, everything Mike said was valid. Good point. Caleb Williams, his only responsibility is to
What are you going
Or his
to call
soul.
it? Upper decker?
Yeah, his sole responsibility
Stall one.
is to win and play great football. I get it. But there's more layers to the job, everyone's job in today's world. Now, we bring it up because he snubbed Monday Night Football's interview pre-show meeting twice. This is according to Joe Buck.
Mm-hmm.
And I know they had a little beef with Aikman, criticize him and all that. But think about what happens when he doesn't do the interview. As the leader of the team, he leaves that pressure onto other players. That's not a good look. That's not good. Imagine if Anthony Volpe, and I'm using a Yankee who got a lot of criticism this year.
The Volpedo?
Imagine if he was like, you know what, I don't feel like doing interviews today. Granted, look, if you do have a bad day, maybe you don't here and there. But imagine all the times that he was interviewed. If he didn't do it, he's putting that pressure on other players, his own teammates, to be answering questions on his behalf.
I get
That's
it.
not cool.
Not
so
everyone.
if you're the quarterback of the team, you gotta protect your teammates.
Not everyone is comfortable in front of a microphone. I get that, but you know what else? Not everyone's one of the 32 men that are lucky enough to be a starting quarterback in the National Football League. All right, let's go to the phone calls. Feedback. We love it. Most interactive show on Fox Sports Radio. Danny Gradio. Danny G's on the phones. Danny, you want to hit us
I feel
up?
like you didn't listen to a thing I said.
Said
That's
something
okay.
about a podcast in the toilet.
There you go. See,
Something.
but I'm glad. Hopefully somebody did. Let's go to the phones.
Let's start with Q in Arizona.
You said don't forget my Ovaltine to drink Ovaltine? What
Be
did you
sure
say?
to drink
Be sure
your
to drink it.
Ovaltine.
Who do we got?
Q in Arizona.
What up, Q?
Hey, Q.
What's happening, fellas? I usually be listening to Rob Parker.
It's my guy.
And Calvin Washington.
We love them, man.
But
Odd
the
Couple's
time-
great.
Yeah, the time went up, so unfortunate for me. But I don't really care about Caleb Williams if he don't want to do interviews. That didn't catch my attention. What caught my attention is you sitting up here putting Michael Jordan, Caleb Williams in the same breath as Michael Jordan.
Well, if you hold on now.
Best since.
Hold on now. If you're a fan of Rob Parker, that's not preposterous then, right? Because that guy's got the hottest takes of all. No, I don't think they're in the same category. What I said, though, was if he plays his cards right, he could be the best thing since Michael Jordan. Because tell me a Chicago athlete since Michael Jordan that has taken the city by storm and won a championship and really broke glory. You said the Blackhawks, Sam, but no one knows hockey players by name. Let's be real here. So Caleb Williams could be that guy.
Yeah, Derrick Rose had a little bit of a love affair with the
Devin
city.
Hester, maybe like you said, like
Anthony
Anthony
Hurt.
and
You're
Anthony
skipping Frank Thomas.
But they've won nothing. I
Yeah,
love the
but
Big Hurt.
He was a big star. He's a Hall of Famer.
All right, but come on.
Yeah, he needs to win. We agree. And we hope you like our show. Who do we got next?
Well, he did say bummed. He was like sad
Yeah,
for
he said
me.
it was unfortunate. Yeah.
Unfortunate for him.
Unfortunate.
Well, sorry.
Unfortunate he has to listen to us.
Let's go to Vegas, Larry.
What up, Vegas Larry?
Hey.
Hey, man, what's up, man?
Hey.
Check this out. First of all, who let that guy Mike in? Tell him to go home and never come back.
I don't want him storming in here again and yelling at everybody.
Yeah. Hey, listen here. Man, you know when you sign up for that, I bet you when they interviewed him at his time when he was at the draft, I bet you he went in there and said all the right things and he'll give an interview. Guys lose Super Bowls. How would you feel to want to have to go talk to the media after getting blasted in the Super Bowl? But those guys man up and they go do it. Those networks pay the bills. So anyone that's sitting in there talking about he shouldn't talk to the media, you guys are a grade A fool, whoever believes that.
I agree. Yo, you and I are on the same page, which means we're both right. All right, who else we got, Danny G?
Gil in Virginia.
Yo, Gil, what's up?
Hey, Gil.
Hey, fellas. So I'm in complete disagreement with the last caller and probably all y'all. Okay. So here's the thing. Troy Aikman, when he was a second-year quarterback, didn't care about doing pregame interviews. All he wanted to do was go out and win football games. That was his primary job because if he knew he didn't do that, he wouldn't be a quarterback in the NFL. Caleb has the same opportunity. Get your football right first, then do your interviews.
I don't think you have to pick one or the other. I think you can be a great football player and also just be polite, take interviews, and do the right thing. I don't think they're
and you don't have to like the
what's
interviews.
the phrase? Mutually exclusive. I don't think I don't think it's choose to be a good quarterback or do a good interview. I think,
and keep in mind, no one here dislikes Caleb Williams. This just happens to be the story. And we hear too much of this. He's just our example, our jump off today.
Also, I want to point out, these are behind-the-scenes meetings with the broadcast crew. This isn't like an interview that's going to run on a big platform.
Yeah, they might take a snippet here and there, or they learn about the players. They're a little sit down. So
It's how the broadcasters get some insight of what to expect in that upcoming game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's for all sports. The fight game especially.
You'll hear like Kevin Burkhardt or someone say like, "Oh, this week we talked to
exactly
Caleb Williams and he said blank." Like that's part of the gig, right? It's like I said. My analogy would be if we said, "Oh yeah, we'll do whatever you need, boss," and then we're like, "Well, we don't want to do commercial reads." Like that's part of the job. Like it's part of it. All right, who do we got?
And that's sponsor related, Rich. I think the more appropriate analogy would be if you didn't want to do liners for the affiliates that you're on. You know what I mean? What
It's
kind
just part of it.
Yeah, exactly. And not just a little part of it, a big part of it, because that's how you guys are blasted out to the world.
And like I said before, I'll tie it in again. If I refuse to do that, right, Danny G, my responsibility now falls on maybe you, right? And Danny G's like, "Yeah, it's not my job. Why do I got to do it?" So if Caleb Williams isn't doing it, it falls on someone else. That's not cool. As a leader?
Well, with that said, we got to go to Isaac, but I want to give a shout out to 98.3 The Muskrat. I'm kidding. That's not. What's up, Isaac? How are you, man?
What up, man?
Hey, fellas, and sadly, we begin with tragic news from the world of NASCAR. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 children were among 7 people who were killed in a plane crash earlier today in Statesville, North Carolina. The plane, which is a multi-engine Cessna 550, crashed while attempting to return to Statesville Regional Airport shortly after it took off. Greg Biffle was 55 years old. In the National Football League today, the Green Bay Packers listed running back Josh Jacobs and receiver Christian Watson as questionable for Saturday's game at Chicago. The Bears ruled out receivers Rome Odunze and Luther Burden. The Philadelphia Eagles ruled out offensive lineman Lane Johnson and defensive lineman Jalen Carter for Saturday's game at Washington. The Commanders ruled out left tackle Laramie Tunsil due to an oblique injury. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson returned to practice today after missing 2 months due to an eye injury. Richardson, however, will not be active for Monday Night Football this week against the San Francisco 49ers. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. I just glided. Through Learn to Skate USA, kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntoskateusa.com. Guys, all yours.
See, did Isaac have to put that little extra oomph into the skating read?
I've got stories.
But you know what? He respects the client. And he's a great figure skater.
Other people in this business don't as much. One person I know would always mumble and mispronounce these reads, which were literally paying their salary. Another person once did a live read for a Shamrock Shake at a certain fast food establishment, and they did the live read live on the air and said, "I don't know why anyone would ever order a Shamrock Shake." Back to you.
I mean, you got to play the game a little bit,
Come
like
on,
Rich
man.
pointed out before.
Let's take one more phone call on this, and then we are going to go old school and 50 hits. We'll talk a lot about tonight. I mean, tonight's the game of the year. Rams, Seahawks, but who do we got, Danny?
Yeah, quickly. Jason in San Antonio, you got 30 seconds.
What's up, San Antonio?
Yeah, man. Caleb Williams, the face of the Bears. He's about to be the face of Morton Salt, acting so salty. I don't know why he has to. He's got to. What comes with the job of being a quarterback, you're going to, whether you sign up for it or not, what Mike was talking about, whether you sign up for it or not, this is what comes with it.
Yeah.
I agree, man. I agree. And especially in today's world more than ever before. So thank you guys. Again, no shade, no hate. We're not hating. We're just stating.
And that guy's in San Antonio. Go get me some Chachos or Rudy's Barbecue. Ooh,
oh, yeah. Send it here.
Yeah, send some good food here.
And stick around because in 6 minutes, old school when 50 hits. We throw it back and reminisce. We get you involved.
Covino and Rich. More next. Something that I feel like I've always sort of felt a little bit, but after seeing his behavior over the last week.
Oh, boy. Here it comes.
Justin Herbert's just a big weenie.
Wow.
Justin Herbert, not a fan.
And Rich knows weenies.
Justin Herbert, I mean, he can make it right. I mean, my opinion, it can be easily changed. But I don't know. I just feel like he's done a few things where I'm like, you know what? The only thing cool about this dude is that he's hooking up at Madison Beer.
There's been 2 incidents in the past week where you scratch your noggin and say, hey, is Herbert sort of a, what'd you call him, a weenie?
Yeah.
Is he sort of a weenie? Is he a weenus? Is he the lead singer of Weenus? Or did we just catch him at a bad moment? Is he the type of guy that turns on when the cameras are on, but off camera, he's really a weenie?
No, because on camera, he's a weenus.
You got to realize that we don't have any idea, not even close to any idea of what they deal with as far as fandom and kids and people wanting their attention and autographs. But they're no better than anyone else.
Don't give me that BS.
But that is true,
do you know
dude.
how to behave?
You don't know what it's like.
Do you know how to behave in public?
I do, but guess what I don't have? People bothering me all day long, every day, every time I step out in public. The Chargers win, and they kick it down to the field, and Laura Rutledge is trying to get his attention. Like, hey, we're going to you for an interview. And he's like, I'm just trying to celebrate with my team. And I totally understand that, and I get that. But as a quarterback in the league, you also have to understand that when someone of the major networks wants to interview you, you're the go-to guy. You're the quarterback. You're the spokesman for this moment. You're on television, and they caught him in a really weird, like, big-time moment. That's moment number 1.
Bro, the fans and the billion-dollar deals these networks have to air the games and perpetuate you as a star player. And I saw people fighting over this the other day, back and forth. I go, he doesn't owe anyone anything. Stupid ass interview. What is he going to say? But
I mean, it's part of the deal.
His
right?
apathy. I just feel like in these moments, and I've said this before, and I'll say it again. I'm so adamant and strong-minded on this opinion.
You're adamant.
Little
Goody Two Shoes.
Goody Two Shoes. Great song. I'm so adamant that all it takes is for an athlete to be a little endearing to the fans and reporters, and I feel like people notice. All he has to do is smile. I even notice when athletes address the reporter by name. He's like, hey, Laura, if he we'll call the by first name. And then at the end, he's like, if he was like, hey, Charger fan, thanks for coming out. That's what the Mets will miss with Pete Alonso. Pete Alonso would, at the end of all his little post games, would always, hey, fans, thanks for coming out. Let's effing go Mets. Thank you, guys.
Just yesterday, another clip went viral, and I sort of saw it everywhere. And I think it's gone viral because it sort of continues that narrative of what we saw on Monday Night Football.
Yeah, and I wondered, and I told you guys this last night when we were talking about this clip, I wondered if it was people piling on because of what happened after Monday night's game.
Obviously, very clear footage of Justin Herbert sort of big-timing a kid who wanted him to sign something.
By the way, such a cute little kid, and I felt so bad for his face.
Yeah, and the dad's like, he'll take his hat off because he's wearing the opposing team's hat. He's wearing an Eagles hat.
Hat and
he
jersey.
wanted a picture.
He just wanted a wave. I'm sure he wanted a picture, but even if he waved at Justin Herbert, let's put it in perspective, man. I've seen a lot of people talk about this, and there's so many things I agree with. You don't have to be a fan of the Chargers as a kid especially, to want to get his attention and have the thrill. A little wave from Justin Herbert would have made that kid's, I don't want to say his life, but it would have made his whole year that Justin Herbert acknowledged him, even though he's an Eagles fan.
Well, let me give you an example of this. You guys know me now. We've done this show. You and I have been friends for decades, but we've been on Fox Sports Radio for years. You know that I'm a diehard Mets fan.
Mm-hmm.
The first player that ever gave me attention wasn't a Met. I went down on the field. I've told the story before. Not on the field. I went down, batting practice, was hanging by the opposing dugout, just, taking a look. You're a little 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, peeking your head around. And San Diego Padre, Bip Roberts, took the time to say, hey, kid, what's your name? Signed a baseball for me, gave me a little pat on the back, and I went back to my seat.
You're like, whoa.
I remember having that dude's baseball card.
And I was like, Bip Roberts is the coolest.
Right.
So to me,
professional athletes hold an incredible power and almost duty to boost these kids. Kids idolize these athletes. We all did. So when he big times this little kid, even though he was an opposing fan, that rubbed me the wrong way. I think it rubs everybody the wrong way. And again, it was caught on camera. Yo, Sam, fun fact, it's my all-time favorite Christmas jam. Alvin and the Chipmunks. Alvin! Covino and Rich.
I'm looking
Fox
around.
Sports Radio.
And I'm looking at who would be Alvin, Simon, and Theodore in this room?
I'm Alvin, clearly. You're definitely Simon.
Isaac's thin guy. He could be like our Simon.
I was going to say Dave, but Simon's much more demeaning. Thank you.
Yeah, lower
No, he could be our
Dave
Dave.
Seville.
Is right, Dave Seville.
Dave
Man.
Seville. All right, so
Sam,
we
you
are.
are Simon?
Well, he wears glasses. That's about it.
Spotty, you were Danny. Who's Theodore?
I don't know.
You after a couple tacos.
We'll figure it out. Covino and Rich live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. Happy holidays. It's time for our tire rack play of the day. Jaren Jackson continues to light it up for the Grizzlies.
Light it up. 11 straight for the Grizz. Here's Prosper. Attacks into the paint. Gobert cuts him off. Out to Landale. One more to Jackson. 3 on the way for Jaren. Ring it up. Put 3 on the board. Grizzlies have come all the way back and built a 5-point lead. It is a 14-0 Grizzly run.
Nice. That's courtesy of Grizzlies Radio Network. That's our tire rack play of the day. For over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be.
All right, hey, it's Thursday, and around this time every Thursday, we throw it back.
There's a certain.
Yeah!
What we gonna do right here is go back. Back into time.
Throwing it back for a Thursday. Old school when 50 hits. At 50 after, CNR give you the time capsule topic, and we reminisce together.
Yeah! So, Danny G, our super producer, always coming up with great ideas. We have the greatest team here with Sam, Danny G, Spotty, Lowenkron today.
Oh, so you're not entertaining any trades at the deadline, or no?
No trades, no, man. Happy
you're not doing
here.
any winter meetings?
Future's looking bright for Fox Sports Radio.
I thought we were going to acquire a middle infielder. No?
No, not right now, no. But he sent us a meme, and it says, William Bradley Pitt. William Bradley Pitt is an award-winning actor, producer with a career spanning over 30 years. He's won 2 Academy Awards, 2 Golden Globes, 2 BAFTAs that I'm sure he's real proud of. Pitt has starred in several successful films, including Glorious Bastards, one of my favorites, 2009, World War Z, 2013, Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2019, of course, Fight Club. That's his most ripped, his most handsome.
I loved him in Seven. I thought Seven's one of my favorite Brad Pitt movies.
And the dude's a stud, put it that way.
Yeah. I like that you give him a little props there, read his bio and everything. But we think of Brad Pitt, and I always think of Shania Twain. What do you think you are? Brad Pitt? He was the
answer.
And he was the answer to, like,
somehow he just, I think Robert Redford got old, and, like, he became the guy for, who do you think you are? Brad Pitt, or that guy's handsome, like Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt became the answer for handsome, synonym for handsome, for the last 20-something years in our life.
I mean, we were like, all right, if you like blondes, it was Pam Anderson. If you like brunettes, it was Carmen Electra. But Brad Pitt always remained.
If you like dudes, Brad Pitt.
And, now it's like Sydney Sweeney and her...
Well, no, you know what? Now it's just a oversaturated world of who's hot on social media. There's a million good-looking people, but Brad Pitt was the guy.
A lot of women got a taste or a look at Brad Pitt for the first time in Thelma and Louise. Was like one of the first movies he was featured in.
I think
the first look I got at Brad Pitt with, he was in my bedroom with my ex-wife.
Has that story, right?
He was in Robin Givens' bedroom. I almost punched him in the face. True story about Mike Tyson walking in on Brad Pitt. Look it up. But anyway, on his birthday, we celebrate his 62nd. He's still damn handsome, still ripped. And it makes us think of the greatest leading men, a.k.a. guys that Josh Hart of the Knicks would love to give the dirty funds to. Is that the way you're going to angle this?
Well, I think, I think you can angle that question also as, like, who actually gets you to watch a movie?
Who gets you to the theater?
Like, who gets you to the theater? If you see, Netflix or Hulu or HBO Max put out a new show or a new movie, they're in it, I'm watching. Like, who is the I'm watching because they're in it? It's a good question.
Brad Pitt's one of those guys for sure. Yeah, I mean, he's handsome. Women love him. Guys think he's cool. He's celebrating his 62nd. Who are we adding to this list?
All right, well, we'll take your feedback next. We'll go old school. And, of course, Thursday Night Football tonight. Can't wait to talk about that.
wake up. It's two pros and a cup of Joe, Fox Sports Radio.
You ready?
Yes.
I'm Colin Cowherd. This is The Herd.
You are listening to The Dan Patrick Show.
It's the odd couple. You know what time it is. Let's get it.
Fox Sports Radio. Bigger, bolder, and better than anyone in the game. Fox Sports Radio is the #1 sports audio network.
Diverse, fun, entertaining, and driven by the big sports topics of the day.
They had to bolster the offensive line, which they did.
You finally said something right. Congratulations. That game was incredible. You are wrong.
You could take that trash somewhere else. Wham! We have a very special connection with our audience, our listeners. People feel that friendship.
And I appreciate y'all, so I love it.
It's all for you. Thank you.
I'm your favorite fan.
Thank
you. Love you. You're very talented. You're the best.
Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Great show.
Thank you, Jim. You sound like Joe Pesci.
How am I funny to you?
I can't help but notice that the W-2s for the quarterback look a lot higher.
That's because we're worth it.
You gotta be kidding.
He never was an elite quarterback.
This team is unstoppable. He made the right call.
You know that's right.
LeBron James is a legend.
No, he's not. He complains all the time.
You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. Wrong. Wrong.
For 25 years, Fox Sports Radio has dominated the sports audio landscape
With the biggest talent and the best programming available.
We talk sports and we have fun doing it. We talk about life.
Sports radio is where you go after the games are over, and then the discussion begins.
If the Chiefs win. Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
It is live. It is unscripted. No other medium can touch that.
And that's what makes it special.
Yes.
Who wants some?
Bigger, bolder, better. We are Fox Sports Radio. Yeah. It's Covino and Rich on Fox Sports Radio. Are you ready? Yes! We talk about pop culture, we talk about sports, we talk about life.
It's a friendship on the radio. When you talk about the best athlete in the world, you're probably thinking Jim Thorpe, right?
I'm thinking Bo Jackson.
I'd have to throw myself at the age of 12 into the conversation.
You are the home run champion. When you find the commonality between sports and life, those analogies and conversations are the best.
You were dating some girl, and you were like,
Hey, babe, let's watch The Sixth Sense.
her mom walked in. Can you believe he was dead the whole time?
I wanted to get up.
Well, slow down, Dana White.
I don't want to say. It's never boring.
If the Chiefs win. Sorry, Patrick Mahomes here. What do you mean by if the Chiefs win?
Our friendship is real. It's authentic. You can't fake the fun.
We're the type of guys you'd want to hang out with at a sports bar. Best way to pick someone up at a bar?
Yeah.
Go up to a cute girl and say, oh, look at that bozo over there. And I'll point to you. We could make fun of each other, poke each other a little bit.
I call him Blubber Lips, Rich Davis, because he never stops talking.
He thinks he's the Mexican Fonz.
Yeah.
At any point, he's wearing a chain. You have a chain on?
Always.
Of course he has a chain on.
That's like asking me if I'm wearing cologne right now. Of course I am. We take a lot of pride in being inclusive and interactive on our show. Just the more the merrier.
John.
Tragic news from the world of NASCAR. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his wife and 2 children were among 7 people who were killed in a plane crash today in Statesville, North Carolina. The plane, a multi-engine Cessna 550, crashed while attempting to return to Statesville Regional Airport shortly after taking off. Greg Biffle was 55 years old. In the National Football League today, the Green Bay Packers listed running back Josh Jacobs and receiver Christian Watson as questionable for Saturday's game at Chicago. The Bears ruled out receivers Rome Odunze and Luther Burden. The Philadelphia Eagles ruled out offensive lineman Lane Johnson and defensive lineman Jalen Carter for Saturday's game at Washington. Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson returned to practice today after missing 2 months because of an eye injury. I'm Isaac Lowenkron.
Yeah, Thursday.
Yeah, buddy, 1 week.
16 of the NFL.
1 week until
Christmas Day. Christmas time is here. Yay. And happy Hanukkah. Happy holidays from our CNR FSR family to yours. Ever wanted to try an Olympic or Paralympic sport, Rich? Try fencing.
Let's hear all about it.
It's fast, safe, and easy to start. Find a beginner class near you at usafencing.org/tryfencing. That's usafencing.org/tryfencing. I'm Covino. That is Rich. Danny G is here on the phones. 877-99 on Fox's Old School and 50 Hits. And we be rocking out. Let's go. Sesame Street helped raise all of us. Now it's our turn. Donate this holiday season at sesame.org because the world needs Sesame, and Sesame needs you. It's Covino and Guy Smiley, everybody.
Elmo.
A.K.A. Rich Davis.
Elmo, that's you. The Mo, right? Elmo.
No, you're Guy Smiley. And
I always
Iowa
wanted to be a
Sam is
game
here.
show host.
We got Spot on the videos. Covino and Rich FSR. You could watch us live now, watch us live later, but you could watch what you hear at Covino and Rich FSR. In fact, you could also get our bonus pod. New episode today, an hour from now. We're going to interview and talk to two-tone to superstar. He's going to break down the fight tomorrow. So if you're interested in Jake Paul, AJ tomorrow night on Netflix, we're going to break it down on Overpromised right here on this YouTube page. Now,
as far as Brad Pitt's birthday?
Yeah.
I'm reading the feedback. Like, Elliot hit us up and he said, I hate Brad Pitt.
Why?
Because he's funny, a great actor, and look at him. He's Brad Pitt.
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
he is hateable, but somehow we still like him.
Scott Mayer said, Troy? Women loved him in that movie, and guys thought he was cool.
By the way, I think a lot of people slept on the movie Troy. I think we compared it to Gladiator and other movies like that, 300, and you thought it wasn't as cool. If you watch it now, it's better than some of the other trash that I'm seeing. So I watched it recently. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good.
Lot of great feedback. Let's see. Wes is saying that you got to think of 7. I like 7 too. That's a good one. And here's the question too. There's so many angles to this Brad Pitt birthday thing.
Isn't it freaky that he's 62 years old?
Yeah.
I think there's a couple angles. You were saying, are there leading men and women that even get you to the theater anymore? Is there someone where like, oh, they're in the movie, I'm going? Because I feel like that doesn't exist as much as it once did. Like, it's very hard to be like, I'm going to the movies. Like, when I was a kid, I feel like if Sandler came out with a new movie.
Yes.
When we were like teenagers and in our 20s, if there was a new like, oh, wait, what's coming out? You know, The Wedding Singer, Billy Madison.
New Stallone movie.
Stallone would get you out to the theater?
Absolutely.
Jim Carrey.
Oh,
in the
back
90s
in the day, yeah.
could not miss.
If Jim Carrey
Mike
came out
Myers.
with a new trailer for a movie, I agree. Jim Carrey excited me back in the day as a kid. Like, well, this new Jim Carrey movie? I would be excited that it's coming out. You're right. Who is that now? Is it Timothy Chalamet?
He's got a new movie, Marty Supreme, coming out.
People like
on
that
Christmas.
guy.
Well, Tom Cruise still proves to be that guy. Top Gun proved it.
Yeah, he's on all the lists.
I'm not changing the question, but I'm going to give you a different way to look at it. The answer lies in name the guy, essentially, that dudes think is cool and women want. Because that's going to be your answer to who is the leading man that draws you to the box office.
Right, it's rare when it's both,
Yeah,
right?
you're like, yo, he's a cool dude, and women are like, oh my God. Like,
'Cause
that's
there's
your answer.
A lot of guys that we think are cool that women don't identify with or don't think are hot. They don't like them. And then there's guys that women love that we think are lame.
Yeah.
Brad Pitt is one of those guys that everybody sort of is down to watch. So
I'll give you one.
We pay him props here on the show. Who else falls into that category?
There's a guy that man, bad press over the last couple of years, but I still think there's something cool about Ryan Reynolds, and women love Ryan Reynolds. But his wifey sort of ruined his reputation.
I was looking at this list of movies, and I saw every single one at the movie theater. Training Day, American Gangster.
Oh, you're a Denzel guy,
The Book of Eli, Flight, Man on Fire, The Hurricane, Remember the Titans. If he's in a movie, I automatically think, even now, I bet that movie's good.
You know,
or he's going to make it good.
That was my only knock, is that he's 70, right? And you're saying even now at 70, he's still that guy, and that's fair. That's cool.
Denzel, or as Mama calls him, Denzel Washington.
Denzel Washington.
Best
actor ever.
That's $25,000 alpaca.
So darn cool. He's so darn clever.
Gotta love Denzel.
I do. Absolutely. But you see how far we have to go sometimes to find these answers? Like, is there no one today? I think there is, because I saw the feedback. It's popping at Covino and Rich FSR on YouTube. There's one guy in there that I think is on his way to be that guy. To me, he looks like Kato Kalin, but he's pretty cool. Glenn Powell, man. Glenn Powell could be that guy.
That's a good name.
Right? Because I do like him on Chad Powers. He's funny. He's handsome. He's ripped. He's a good-looking dude. There's no question. Your wifey and girlfriend are going to be like, yeah, he's kind of hot. And
you think
we
he's a
still,
cool guy?
we still don't hate him.
Honestly, I think he's great in Chad Powers, and I saw that movie with him and Sydney Sweeney. Anyone But You. It was pretty good. I mean,
I think he doesn't have that IMDb of a Brad Pitt quite yet, but I think he's on his way there.
Could I tell you, someone hit us up. Colin hit us up. And this is an answer that you'd be like, oh, you know what? I don't know if women love him as much as guys just think he's cool. You putting Paul Rudd on this list?
No.
Mm-mm.
I like him.
If there's some, I feel like Paul Rudd's
I
one
think
of
he's a
those.
nice, if we're doing a swell fella
Yeah,
sort of list.
The master of buddy films.
Yeah, he's a swell guy.
I went to see Friendship with Tim Robinson and Paul Rudd in theaters by myself, and I loved it. I was laughing like a hyena.
I mean, I like Paul Rudd, but he's not like you're running out to see him, Paul, right? I'm not trying to be mean about it.
I think he was just a little more popular like in the early 2000s, mid 2000s.
Yeah, like
he's still popular.
that's like when Steve Carell was like way popular too. Yeah. So you know what though? I think we live in a world now. Covino loves to point out. Back in the day, there was they called it the monoculture, right? Like we all watched the same movies. There were limited shows we all watched.
We all had the same references, memories, quotes.
Memories, quotes, references, all that was the same because we lived in the monoculture.
We didn't have as many options.
Now, with everyone's algorithm being different, a million streaming services, everyone you know is watching a different show. It's wild when me, Danny, and Covino are all watching the same show. Like, Danny, are you watching The Beast in Me?
Just started.
Yeah, I was going to say, like...
It's good, man.
But the fact that when there's a show that all of us are watching, in my mind, I'm like, man, it must be a big show.
That's why we get all excited too, because it's like we're living in that monoculture for a second.
Yeah, it's unifying.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, wow.
But I think because there's so many options, even legit actors and actresses that I used to automatically watch, I'm sort of like, like I'm a big Stallone guy, but I haven't watched Tulsa King, and I know you haven't either.
I have. I watched the first season.
Yeah, but if you really love Stallone the way I know we do.
Yeah. I mean.
I think of that with Will Ferrell. I love Will Ferrell. But there's like movies, like artsier comedies he comes out with where I'm like, I don't know.
I would say The
Rock.
Rock.
But I love Will Ferrell. I'll watch like 90% of his stuff.
The Rock is an answer.
What about Kevin Hart? I feel like if I see some dumb comedy with like Kevin Hart.
Did your wife likes Kevent Hart?
That's true. Yeah, you're right.
That's the other layer of it.
Maybe she does. I'm getting kind of worn out by Kevin Hart's constant appearances, like in commercials. Like he's a little oversaturated, in my opinion.
Yeah, and by the way, we're not hating, just stating.
Like he's a funny guy, but you just see someone so much, you're like, I'm done with that.
And you see the difference, right? Like Rich and I, we like Sebastian Maniscalco, but does your wife or girlfriend really like him that much? No.
Yeah.
Who's the guy that everybody sort of loves? Brad Pitt is definitely that guy.
No, Scotty hit us up
by the way,
on the intro, and Scotty goes, how is no one... We're talking about guys that men think are cool and women like? I don't know. Do women still like Leonardo DiCaprio, or do they think he's a little creepy?
Because of his
Yeah.
dating habits.
Yep.
I think he's rubbing a lot of women the wrong
He
way.
treats women like a carton of milk.
Yeah,
Expired.
he moved into the creepy category.
He's like Jack Nicholson, right?
I think they liked him for 25 years, and then at 25 years, they kicked him to the
Oh,
curb.
well done.
Hey,
That's good.
It seems that way, though. Yeah, it seems like
I still
he
think he's a
was that
top-notch
guy.
actor. I still think he's really, really good.
Oh, he is. He is.
Pedro Pascal comes up
Hey, that's a good
a
one.
lot, as well as Chris Hemsworth and Tom Holland.
Oh, I got another one.
You know,
I got another one. Hold on.
Pedro Pascal's good because the HBO show Last of Us, and when he does a movie or an appearance, I think we're all like, yeah, he's a cool dude, and women find his like grittiness like good looking, I suppose, right?
Mandalorian.
I got it.
You didn't see his face really for most of the show.
I love Mando.
Yeah.
You ready for this one? Get this. We've interviewed him a few times. He's a stud.
And
women love him.
just name dropping.
No, it's true because we actually could verify that he's a cool guy. Like he's grossly cool. Jason Momoa. He's on that list. Like, because guys think he's cool. He's a cool dude. And women love that guy.
Oh, and I didn't see Aquaman.
You got to see all their movies
No,
to
but I mean,
fall in
like,
this
that's
category?
what most people would say he's popular for. Did you watch the
I
show?
have seen
Have you
Aquaman,
watched the
but
show on
that's-
Apple TV where he's like a warrior that's blind or something?
No, but I do like him as an actor. I think he's a cool guy. If he was in a movie that sort of interested me, I'd go watch it.
You know what I'm talking about? Where he's like a warrior that's blind. Did I just make that up? Did I dream that? Was I high? I don't think so.
I know he was a Dothraki warrior in Game of Thrones.
No, but there's a show that my wife was like, that looks good. I'm like, you just think Momoa's cute.
I think he's
like
definitely
a
an
blind
answer.
Is it
warrior.
called Chief of War?
And by the way,
Yeah.
just
Oh, no. Oh, C.
See?
S-E-E.
Yes.
That would make more
I
sense.
didn't
I
watch
don't know
it doesn't
about
mean
it.
that other guys don't feel that way. I would say that most guys would think he's a cool dude. He's like he's a rock star. He makes cool movies. Women think he's hot. I don't think guys think he's lame in any way. He's a cool guy.
I think I got one.
Look, this is rare company, man. We're talking Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
By the way, it's
who's-
his birthday. That's why we bring this up.
Who's leading mad material that women love and dudes think is cool?
Old school when 50 hits.
I think he was super popular, dipped away, and then there was like a reemergence of everyone just thinking he's the greatest guy in the world, and I can't go against it because I think he is great. Sweet Keanu Reeves.
Oh, man. Yeah, no
He's
doubt.
still on top of his game.
Yeah.
I mean,
You know
because
what? I love that. I do love that answer,
Because you
Rich.
hear stories about what a great guy he is.
Oh, he
And he's
buys
funny.
buys the crew Rolex watches or his
Yeah.
stuntmen, and he
Or
buys the whole
he's
crew
not
gifts.
too
and
cool to still do a Bill and Ted movie. He doesn't need that, but he does it.
He's
And-
kind to everyone
and
on the
your-
set.
And your wife will be like, yeah, he's like handsome and so sweet, and you're like, yeah,
he
he's
won't
the
even
man.
he won't even put his hands around a girl's waist in a photo.
You know that trick? He won't do that?
He's like, why would I do that?
He's seen one too many actors.
Not taking the chance.
That's a really good impression, by the way.
Thank you,
Isaac looked up like he thought Keanu was in the room.
Isaac, have you ever seen the movie Knock Knock? Oh,
Who's
man. Keanu.
Have you seen that movie? Isaac, please. No, actually, don't watch with your wife.
No, it's fantastic.
Thanks for the heads up.
It's Ana de Armas.
So it's Ana de Armas.
Some other woman.
And who's the
and
other
Keanu.
hottie spot?
I don't know, but
Spotty's good at actors and actresses' names.
Keanu's a good answer, Rich.
I don't
because
actually
he's
know.
So damn likable.
So
Does it matter?
No,
Is
just
the answer.
Please look it up. It's not Alicia Cuthbert, is it?
No, you bozo.
I'm just
Are you serious?
Not even close.
All right, ass clown. Now, you don't know
It's
the
not
answer.
even- it's not even a blonde girl. What are you talking about? She's a brunette.
Lorenza Izzo.
There you go, her.
I know who it was. Adele Dazeem. You sound like Travolta right now.
All right, so let me explain this movie Knock Knock because I know
Adele
Adele Dazeem. Isaac's gonna watch this tonight. Knock Knock. After you watch the Rams and Seahawks, which we're getting to next. Knock Knock. Keanu Reeves is a dad and a husband, and his family goes away, and it's raining outside. Knock knock. He gets a knock on the door.
Who is it?
And it's these two hot, like, co-eds.
We're two hot co-eds and it's raining outside.
Can we dry off? And he lets
Can we
these-
come inside and take a shower in your house?
And he lets them come in the house. And then they're like, can we just shower? And can you bring us towels? And they try to seduce him. And it's like a...
And he's like, no.
No. But I can't. But I won't.
Oh, it's the best.
Yo, it is... You know,
It's a good movie. It's a thriller.
I'll tell you
Yeah,
what
it's a
not
good
to say.
2015.
I'll tell you what not to say, which is what I said to my wife. How could you blame him?
Oh, yeah, it's tough. It's tough.
I mean, who doesn't fall for this?
But
It's labeled as a
great-
horror crime film.
Yeah, it's a great thriller. Yeah,
Okay.
it's so cheesy,
All right.
but it's so fun. Yeah, it's a
knock,
good one.
knock.
Knock Knock with Keanu. I like that answer a lot, Rich, because I don't think any dude We'd be like, yeah, John Wick is corny.
By the way, the movie lost $4 million. That's kind of surprising. Only a $10 million budget and only made $6 million. That's surprising.
Maybe I think a lot of guys are scared to watch it.
Yeah, guys. It's just guys that watch it because women hate this movie.
Yeah. Let's say hi to you guys, and we'll move along. We'll talk some Thursday Night Football. Trip, our dude in Vegas. What's up, man?
Hey, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Hey,
I was going to say, was it Brad Pitt's first cameo? Was that in True Romance when he played the guy that they went
he's
to
in that.
And then the two guys I had were the older guys, but of course Paul Newman. And then for a while there, everything Harrison Ford made, you wanted to go see.
Oh hell yeah!
It's funny.
Hell yeah.
Paul,
but the
Paul
thing is,
Newman.
those are older answers, right? But
Yeah.
they're in that company in this conversation for sure.
Redford, Paul Newman. Yeah, those are
the classics.
Paul Newman was cool as hell.
No, I saw Marlon Brando, right?
Mm-hmm.
In some film class in college, I had to watch Streetcar Named Desire.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't believe. I'm like, that's the fat guy in The Godfather?
Yeah.
It threw me off. I couldn't believe it. But Paul Newman was one of those guys, like your grandmother definitely loved Paul Newman. All right, Bruno.
How about Idris Elba?
Cool,
That's a good answer.
Cool
right?
guy.
Cool guy,
I
handsome.
feel like we do watch a lot of stuff with Idris Elba in it. Bruno in Brooklyn. What's up, man?
Hey guys, good evening. Hey, listen, real quickly. Here's the deal with the guys need versus the women. The guy's got to be handsome, okay? But the benchmark for the dudes to like it is the cat's got to be able to play sort of a hard dude. In other words, he can play some kind of like a tough guy film, but then he can also play the love interest in another movie. A guy like Bradley Cooper, Jake Gyllenhaal, those guys, they can take their shirt off, they look the part if they have to rough it up. But at the same time, they're intellectual. Guys can get with them, and the women basically they're handsome dudes. So that's the basic.
Those are two.
It has
good,
to feel like you would like this guy.
Yeah, those are two good ones. And you just said Gyllenhaal. Guy gets ripped for these, and he's in like fight movies, UFC movies. Like Gyllenhaal's a great answer, and Bradley Cooper's a great answer. But you see what he did to his face recently?
He's getting a lot of criticism.
Not to sound like our parents who cut everyone up. Do your parents cut everyone up too? Like,
yeah.
Look how old they got. What happened to them?
God.
But apparently, it looks like he got some Simon Cowell type of work done. It's like, what
The
happened?
internet's cruel. They're comparing him to Barry Manilow.
Yeah, he does look like the memes really are.
Yeah.
When did Bradley Cooper turn
We're
into
not
Barry
saying
Manilow?
that because I'd love him as a guest one day.
And I
What
love
I'm
how he's a
saying
big
is-
Eagles fan.
Yeah, what we're saying is the internet's been cruel lately.
All right. Well,
So happy birthday to Brad Pitt. He really is one of a kind. The guy married Angelina Jolie in her prime. Like, how gross is that?
what
Think
about
that for a second.
Will Smith until like 5 years ago?
I would say I'm not a big fan, but I would say he belongs in this category. Yeah.
Before
He had banger
and-
after
and-
banger.
And
Yeah.
listen, I'm what are you talking about? His wife's activities? What are you saying?
I'm talking about cinema.
Yo.
I was gonna say until the interview where you're like, oh,
I would
man.
be careful unless you want to get smacked in the face.
Yeah,
Rich.
yeah, Sam's gonna get smacked too. I think Will Smith was in that category before you found out a little bit of his personal life. I like Will Smith. I know you don't.
I'll tell you what, though, it's rare company when you think about it because there are guys you like. You mentioned Adam Sandler. Yeah, you love Adam Sandler, but your wife doesn't necessarily love him.
She likes watching him, but she doesn't like find him hot.
Yeah, not like that.
The Sandman.
So that's why it's a really special category, and that's why we say we salute you, Brad Pitt, because I think he ends it. I think it was Robert Redford. He was the answer, right?
Yep.
Then it became Brad Pitt for he's had a 30-something year run now. And now we live in a world where there really isn't an answer because we're oversaturated with beautiful people on social media. Like celebrity, celebrity doesn't really matter.
We didn't mention Clark Gable and the golden age of Hollywood.
Because our demo's not 90.
What's your Spotify listening age?
Frankly, I always say I don't think anyone gives a damn.
Very good.
Good one. Let's take two more quick ones, and we'll start with Tom in Maryland. What's up, Tom?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
What's up, buddy?
Not a whole lot. Hey, I want to weigh in on this Brad Pitt conversation.
Yep.
How do we miss his main man, Clooney?
Oh, Clooney's the man. Yeah, Clooney's cool. He said he's not going to kiss women anymore in movies. Did you see that headline the other day?
Well, he's got a new movie out with Sandler.
He's only going to kiss men.
He's only going to kiss dudes. No, he said him and his wife made the decision that there's no real need for him to be in romantic movies where he's kissing someone else. Like he doesn't. That's not part of his world anymore.
Sounds like he lost this battle.
Seems like there's something happened.
Seems like his wife has something to say about this.
Yeah, there's a script here where I have a younger love interest, Sydney Sweeney. You're not doing that.
You know what, though? We threw a lot of older names out there. Clooney's definitely the guy, but he's older now. That's the thing. So it's few and far between. You know who we forgot? Zac Efron. If we're going to say Glenn Powell, you got to think of some of these younger guys.
Chris Pratt is still a big name.
Maybe a Miles Teller, right?
Yeah,
I don't know. Like, there's certain younger guys out there. You mentioned Chalamet. He's cool, dude. He is a cool guy. Totally rebranded himself, throwing out all his sports knowledge in the past few years. I saw Willy Wonka. I was sold. I don't even like that movie.
Can I tell you a Chris Pratt story?
Chris Pratt, yeah, there's a lot of young guys that we gotta acknowledge, even though, the Clooney still matter.
Let me tell you a Chris Pratt story. 20-second story.
Chris Pratt's 46. He's no young chicken
Not a young
anymore.
guy. So, yeah, we're around the same age, and we had Chris Pratt on the show. This is when he was married to Anna Faris, and he wasn't – remember, she was like the star of that marriage. He was like still – he was doing what, like Community and some of the shows.
Parks and Rec, yeah.
I'm sorry, Parks and Rec.
He's the chubby guy in Parks and Rec.
Yeah, but he wasn't like –
Chubby.
But he wasn't the ripped leading man he is now.
Yeah, he's a little chunky.
And him and I were talking about football because he's a big Seahawks fan. I'm a Niners fan, so we were smack talking, and him and I off the air were just having some good football talk. And I go, dude, you're Chris Pratt. Your star is on the rise. Why don't you know how in Seattle they raise the flag, the 12th man flag, and they pick someone to do it every week? I go, dude, how come you've never done that? He goes, I never thought to do it. I never thought they'd want me to. And in my mind, I put that thought in his head. About a year or so later, when he became a superstar, I see him on like some Monday Night Football raising the flag, and I'm like, I wonder if he ever thought, did I put that in his head?
You know what else Rich put in his head? Rich said, come here, by the way, man, you're a good-looking guy. If you get shredded, lose some weight, maybe you could ditch Anna Faris for someone hotter. Rich planted that seed, too.
I did say that, yeah.
And when they got divorced, Rich wanted credit.
Well, I actually introduced him to Arnold's.
So, leading men, we salute you today.
Wrap
and
it
it's
up.
okay, man. I hope everyone's secure with this conversation, right? I think we're at a good place where we could acknowledge that a guy's cool, right?
I mean, if not, do you want that type of person listening to you?
Is there a guy in sports though that you think could be that guy?
For younger people, I bet you. We're out of the demo.
He's so damn cool.
We're out of the demo, but I bet you if he starts winning, even though Colin Cowherd thinks the Giants should trade him and go get Mendoza, I'm like, really?
Yeah, but Tom Brady would have been that guy, right?
Oh, Tom Brady for
Tom
sure.
Brady,
yeah.
leading man
Tom Brady.
qualities.
But I'm saying
every guy knows he's the GOAT, and every woman's like he's handsome.
I'm saying moving forward, even though Cowherd thinks the Giants should trade him, I think if there's any success there, I think there's a lot of women in New York that they'd be like Jackson Dart.
Dude,
and
you throw a red headband on Jackson Dart, he's like Rambo out there. And dudes are like, yeah.
Yeah, dudes think
and
he's
women
cool.
are like, yeah, he's hot. Yeah, he could be a leading man.
Let's wrap it up with a woman's opinion. Alice in Pittsburgh. Wrap this up, and then we got some other stuff to get to. Thursday Night Football. What's up, Alice?
Hi, Jeremy Renner.
Jeremy
Hurt Locker.
Jeremy Renner,
he's cool. I think he leans more cool, though.
Yeah.
Right? I think he leans more of a guy's guy. I don't know. I could be wrong.
He's handsome.
I like him. I know a lot of women that like him too. I mean, I've seen him in a few movies that I really, and the mayor of Kingstown or whatever he's in now. They're filming it here in Pittsburgh because I've met him a couple times. We've met him actually at a hotel in Rome, and I've seen him here in Pittsburgh. And I sort of think he's handsome.
Then it works. Then you would know best.
From what I hear, great guy and near-death experience.
Yeah, he was coming out because of the snowplow accident.
He almost died being run over by like a snowplow. So he has a new lease on life. So, God bless him.
Hey, by the way, Rich, you said we're going to get a woman's perspective and bring on Alice. How do you know that wasn't Alice Cooper?
Yeah,
how do you know?
How
do you know, Rich?
He
You're just
didn't
making
know.
assumptions.
He just assumed.
What's a woman's name? Canadians have it. Like there's a
like Tracy or something.
Yeah, there's a lot of Tracys. I think in Canada for some reason.
There's Renees that are both men and women.
I remember one time we were on the air, and I set up the phone call thinking it was a girl. I was like, "Yo, what's up, Tracy? How you doing?" And it was like, "Hey, what's up?" It happens.
I remember that.
How you doing,
We've
Rich?
been duped. Yeah, we've been duped a few times.
Yo, what's up, Alice? Hey, it's me, Alice.
Well, hey, leave on this note. Happy birthday, Brad Pitt. 62, we should all, those are life goals, right?
Yeah.
To look good, look as good as he does at 62.
What's in the box?
What's in the box?
What's in the
It's a birthday present for Brad Pitt from us to him. We salute you on this day. Happy birthday. If you have any other names, Old School and 50 Hits, hit us up on Twitter, on social media at Covino and Rich.
Okay, well, coming up, Thursday Night Football, could there be a bigger game? I'll answer for you. No. We'll break down the Seahawks and Rams next, and some leftovers. We'll explain. CNR next.
Quick timeout. Holiday upgrade check. You still watching that game on the old small TV? If you are, you're lame as hell. And you're only seeing about half the game.
Don't be lame. Be cool. Your TV shouldn't tap out in the red zone.
I think Brad Pitt got a little tiny weak-ass TV.
I mean, he might be the only guy that can. I'm sorry, he's Brad Pitt. But you can't. TCL, the 8K, the QM8K QD Mini LED. That's a real MVP. They got ultimate brightness, black levels, the ultimate experience. Picture so clear you could taste the turf.
And it's not just football. Movies. You can watch 7. You can watch 6, 7. You can
Gladiator.
watch... No, Troy.
I'm sorry, yeah.
You could watch Fight Club. Yeah. All of that. Games feel smoother, and yes, everybody notices. Company comes over, they're like, oh, wow, what's that?
Well, here's the holiday play. Holiday savings on TCL TVs. Go premium with that QM8K or the versatile QM6K. You get an elevated game day experience with that one.
Don't overthink it. Lock in the ultimate experiences with epic savings, undeniable bragging rights all season long. Get it while supplies last.
It's TCL, the official TV partner of the NFL. Find TCL at all major retailers. TCL, bigger, brighter, better holidays. Select models, limited time. See all major retailers for details.
We have the great Jimmy Jam here on Overpromised. He's worked with every superstar under the moon, has so many songs for days.
Yeah.
And, since you're so connected to the Jacksons, Janet Jackson in particular, what are your thoughts on the Thriller movie coming out?
I'm looking forward to it. I was supposed to go to not a screening, but I was supposed to go to one of the tapings when they were taping
You
stuff.
saw the trailer though, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, the trailer looks good. I like the way the trailer looks, but I was supposed to actually go to the film set and see some of the stuff. And Antoine Fuqua, who's directing the movie, is a friend from way back. But I'm excited to see it. I really am. And Michael's incredible. I mean, the fact I can pinch myself that Terry and I got to work with Michael and Prince. I mean, I think we're probably the only people that's happened to, and got to do a duet with Michael and Janet together, the Scream duet.
Oh man, I hate to put you on the spot, but were you impressed by one more than the other?
In different ways. Prince as a musician, he's the greatest musician ever to me. He could pick up anybody's instrument and play it better than them.
Wow.
He just was that kind of dude.
And he can play basketball.
And he can play basketball.
He was actually a really good basketball player. He was really good. I'm telling you, he was like Steph Curry, man. He had handles. He was serious.
That's crazy.
And Michael just embodied music. Michael wasn't necessarily a musician, but he could tell the musicians what to play and make it, really beautiful. So to me, each in their own way, they were amazing. Now they weren't compatible. Like, they never worked together, and I don't think they would have been compatible, because I can tell you, Prince was literally start a song and end it the same day. It's done. It's mixed. It's over. Michael would be, I remember when we did Scream, and he'd go, okay, we have to challenge ourselves to really make sure that we have the right lyric. And it's like, okay. And after about 2 or 3 days of challenging ourselves, Terry said, hey man, the lyric's fine. Let's go. Right?
let's move it along.
Yeah,
he was overthinking it. Yeah.
And that's right. He overthought everything. But that was where Quincy came in as such an important thing. And if you think about Michael's tutelage, he started off with Berry Gordy at Motown. He went to Gamble and Huff in Philadelphia, and then he went to Quincy Jones. I mean, that kind of musical education, nobody has that like that. So yeah, he's an amazing dude. So to me, they're both equally good. I mean, obviously Prince is the one that made it possible for us to even work with Michael Jackson. So, I mean, I'm always gonna. Prince is my guy.
Nice.
Now, Jimmy Jam, here's the question: not to be prisoners of the moment, or not to glorify the past.
Yes.
When you see what's happening with Taylor Swift and the Swifties around the world, is it comparable to Michael Jackson in the 80s? Is it fair to make that comparison?
We often debate this.
We often debate, like, is it the closest thing? Is it on the same level? I mean, who would know better than you?
It's the closest thing because it goes beyond the music that she makes. It's about the way she affects culture. The fact that, you know, people will tune into a Chiefs game who won't watch a football game. So when you think about that, and if you want to talk about that, I don't know whether you can see it. I have, amongst my bracelets, I do have
a
Taylor Swift. I got my Taylor Swift.
She got her Swiftie bracelet.
I got my Swiftie bracelet on that my daughter made me.
Well, I don't know if this is a fair question then, because he's a Swiftie.
but he was friends with Michael Jackson. I mean, who knows?
True. Yeah. Who knows better?
I gotta listen. I'm old. I've been around a long time, man. So I'm friends with everybody. But I respect Taylor. I love what she does, and also she looks out for music makers. I also respect that. You know, a lot of the decisions she's made with the way she releases her albums, the fact that they're on vinyl, the fact that she called out a bunch of the streaming companies and said, no, you won't put my music on here for free, and that kind of thing. Yeah, so I like Taylor a lot.
Hey, Jimmy Jam, you work so closely with Janet, and it's been over 20 years now. I always thought that she got such unnecessary shit for the her and Timberlake halftime show. Yeah. When you see where society is now as far as, you know, anything, right? How we, like, showing a nipple, like, do you think, like, it really took its toll based on, like, something so insignificant when you look back?
Yeah, it was a terrible time, and it really changed a whole lot of things. Now, the good news is obviously she survived it and really thrived on it. I think it became almost a rallying point, particularly for her fans.
We are live from the Fox Sports Radio studio, Covino and Rich. Now, have you heard about trainer games?
Tell me about it, buddy.
Add this to your binge list. 10 athletes go head-to-head for the chance to win an iFit trainer contract worth $250,000. Trainer games on Prime Video January 8th. Watch the trailer at trainergames.com.
Watching stuff like that makes me way inspired to eat better. When you see people that are ripped.
Yeah, as we eat all these holiday jelly beans everywhere.
Yeah.
Holiday treats. By the way, what's the Gordon Lightfoot connection, Iowa Sam? Just some...
That's more of like a seasonal song. It's called Song for a Winter's Night by Gordon Lightfoot. Very calming, soothing song.
I love me some Gordon Lightfoot every once in a while.
He passed away a year or two ago.
Oh, sad to hear that. I didn't know that. That's Iowa Sam on the ones and twos. He's your holiday sound architect, your button presser, your DJ on the ones and twos. We got Danny G super producing. We got Spotty here. Lowenkron has your updates, and that's Rich Davis. We're Covino and Rich. Happy holidays.
You excited about tonight? Because I certainly am. I know,
dude. I'm so excited for this weekend.
I'm very excited for this weekend because I know tomorrow we're all going to hang at my place, watch the Jake Paul fight.
Yeah.
I know this weekend, NFL Week 16, there's so many great games. We talked about the Bears, Packers. That's just one of 6 games we talked about yesterday that are all of high importance.
Rich, we have college playoff games, and we have Saturday NFL.
We got not tomorrow when we watch a Jake Paul fight. Iowa Sam totally reminded me. I was going to drop the ball, pun intended. I forgot that Oklahoma and Alabama's on. So we have a college playoff and Jake Paul. So all the fun starts tonight because Rams and Seahawks
11-3, two 11-3 powerhouse teams.
If the winner of that game isn't the number 1 seed, that means something went oddly wrong because right now you could argue the Rams, who are a little banged up, the Rams, Devontae Adams status, Isaac Lowenkron?
His status is about to be determined because the actives and inactives will come out in 10 minutes,
Ooh,
but
perfect.
officially he's listed as doubtful.
Yeah, we said that. Yes, you said that yesterday, so thank you. If the Rams win, I think the Rams are your 1 seed, and I think there's no doubt on planet Earth about that because the NFC is going to run through SoFi. Now, if the Seahawks win tonight, this is where it gets a little tricky, Run DMC style. If the Seahawks win tonight, there's hope for Bang Bang Niner gang fans like me because then the 49ers hold their own destiny, which is wild to think because if the 49ers beat the Colts, which you could argue they should, right? Monday Night Football, Phillip Rivers.
Real
right?
surprised if Phillip Rivers and the Colts come out and beat your 49ers.
And then they have a tough one, don't get me wrong, a tough one against the Bears. But there's a possibility that if the Seahawks beat the Rams tonight, Week 18 in Seattle, 49ers Seahawks would be for the 1 seed and a bye in the NFC. The 49ers, after all the injuries and bang-ups and Bosa and Fred Warner and, Kittle played half the year, Purdy was out, and Mac Jones was in. Kyle Shanahan should get, not coach of the year, coach of the century.
They're already talking about it, yeah.
If he could get a 1 seed out of a depleted team like that. So the Niners hold their own destiny if the Seahawks win tonight. With that said, does Sam Darnold, does his carriage turn into a pumpkin tonight, Cinderella style? Or do we think that...
I think they're tough. I think we're going to see a battle. That's what I think. I think it's going to be a close one.
It's one of those games where I really do think the winner, you could say that's your 1 seed. I really do.
Got some...
It's in Seattle. I think that helps Darnold.
Yeah.
The home crowd behind him.
We were just watching him walk in a little while ago with his little quarter zip on.
I was saying he dresses just like a dad going to baseball
he's got
practice.
A little quarter zip. Looks like he's in the zone.
And that's what we're saying, not to tie too many conversations together. Remember the other day we talked about how there's so many different personalities in a clubhouse or a locker room that when you have true chemistry, it's so important. You think Sam Darnold, who has a quarter zip and a hat and jeans from Old Navy,
think he's rubbing anybody the wrong way?
No, I'm saying, do you think
at?
He has the same style and likes and preferences as other guys on his team?
That's why I said yesterday,
chemistry is important.
All the differences should go away between the lines,
and
that's usually how it works.
On a good team,
right?
it does.
Doesn't matter. Yeah, good chemistry allows that to happen. So great game to tune into. Two 11-3 teams. As Rich said before, he wishes both teams could lose because his 49ers are 10-4 in the NFC West. A close NFC West. So a big statement game to see where everything lines up. I'll be tuning in. Any money on it? Any action tonight?
I don't know how you would even have an instinct on this. Vegas has it as Seattle as a 1.5-point favorite. And now, that's being that Seattle's home, that's almost leaning Rams a little bit, even though Vegas still says the Seahawks are favored. Usually in a game where teams are evenly matched, traditionally, maybe not as much over the last year or so, but back in the day, it was always, if it's an even matchup, home team by 3.
What's the point total?
Point total for tonight. That's a good one. Over under tonight. I'll find that in a second.
Yeah, because you guys are talking Darnold, but he has a true test against this Rams defense. People don't talk about what McVay and his coaching staff seem to do every year. Next man up with their defenders. It doesn't matter who goes down. It seems like they always plug and play as a unit. One of the top units in the NFL on defense. Points allowed, an average of 16.3 per game this season, number 1 in the NFL.
That's a great point, Danny G. Great analysis, Danny, because even the Colts defense seemed to have answers for Seattle last week. So I think the Rams are definitely going to give them trouble.
All right, so let me hit you with this. I won't tell you the over-under, Danny. Pick the score, and then that'll decide where you're feeling. Give me like a final. Even if you don't even tell me the winner, what's a score that you're feeling tonight?
I'm going to go Rams 24, Seahawks 20.
Yeah, I think it's going to be close.
24-20, that's 44. Believe it or not, Vegas is on the same page as you. They even went lower. They said over under 42.
Okay, I can see that.
You hit the over slightly with your guess, but I think that I don't see a team putting up a 35 spot tonight.
So advantage, Rams, defense steps up. They win 24-20 according to us, according to Danny G.
Well, then you know what?
Seattle's 5-2 at home, man.
Right.
That is going to be a nice battle for them.
All right, let me give you my bet, and then we'll go to Isaac. Here's my bet. My bet, if I'm going to, if the Rams are getting 1.5 points, teaser bet, you get 6 points, right? So take the Rams as a not 1.5 point underdog, a 7.5 point underdog. That hook, 7.5. So Rams plus 7.5. And get this, go up to 48 and pick the under. Because if we don't think teams are scoring 30-something points, go under 48, Rams plus 7.5. Lock that in. Go to Isaac. Update time. What's up, buddy?
Hey, Lowenkron.
Thank you, fellas. And unfortunately, sad news in the world of sports, specifically in the world of NASCAR. Former NASCAR driver Greg Biffle, his wife, and 2 children were among 7 people who were killed in a plane crash today in Statesville, North Carolina. The plane, which was a multi-engine Cessna 550, crashed while attempting to return to Statesville Regional Airport shortly after it took off. Greg Biffle was 55 years old. In the NFL, the Green Bay Packers listed running back Josh Jacobs and receiver Christian Watson as questionable for Saturday's game at Chicago. The Bears ruled out receivers Rome Odunze and Luther Burden. The Philadelphia Eagles ruled out offensive lineman Lane Johnson and defensive lineman Jalen Carter for Saturday's game at Washington. Commanders ruled out left tackle Laramie Tunsil due to an oblique injury. Indianapolis Colts quarterback Anthony Richardson returned to practice today after missing 2 months because of an eye injury. Richardson, however, will not be active for the Colts game of this upcoming Monday night against the 49ers. Every Olympic dream starts with a first glide. Learn to Skate USA has kids build confidence, strength, and joy on the ice. Learn to Skate USA offers programs for skaters of all ages and abilities. Find a program near you at learntoskateusa.com. Ice skating, it's on the cutting edge. Anyway, back to Covino and Rich.
Thank you, Isaac. Have a great night, buddy. Enjoy your Thursday night football. And, hey.
Pop quiz, hotshot. Your wife makes spaghetti, and you have leftovers. Do you bring it to the game or not? What do you do? That's
Dennis Hopper. I actually have a drop of that.
Pop quiz, hotshot. Pop quiz, hotshot.
That's Keanu in Point Break.
Oh.
Super Agent Johnny Utah.
I'm sorry. I was thinking about Speed.
The fact that you had that on standby is great, Sam.
Pop quiz, hotshot.
There is a question about spaghetti in a bag. If you don't know what we're talking about, we'll break that down next, right here, CNR on Fox Sports Radio. So my final thoughts on Diaz. I'm a big Mets fan. Sam, one last time before the music disgusts me, because it still doesn't bother me. It will bother me starting tomorrow. Coming into Dodger Stadium. Bo, you're going to love it. You're a Dodgers fan. You're going to love the Timmy Trumpets. You're going to love Diaz. He is an electric guy.
You know what it shows you, Rich, though? If you build it, they will come. We learned that in Field of Dreams, but I hate to quote the great Rich Davis, but you did say, it might have been on our Patreon earlier, but you did say, it just proves you put a good product out there. People want to be a part of it. Yeah. People want to come. It goes back to just like the art of charm and the art of dating. If you're having a good time, people want to be a part of it.
That's the only dating advice I thought was applicable of those, all those, I guess you would say what?
Neil Strauss, The Game.
Like the dating experts. If you're at a bar and you're just having a fun time, people want to.
Women will gravitate toward you.
They want to go to your fun.
People want to know what the fun's about.
Yeah.
No, it's true. And you know what? I've done this as an experiment just to joke around. Like, Spot and I were drunk and buzzing one day. We just started laughing, like playing it up to see if people would catch on. And sure enough, girls like, what's so funny?
What's going on over
Hey,
here?
guys, what's going on? What happened?
True story.
If you're having fun and the Dodgers are having fun, they're winning. The fans are having fun. You know, superstars are there. You want to be a superstar. You want to be a part of it. You put out a good product. People want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on here, man. You got great weather. You got a great team that competes. And they have a greater chance of winning because Edwin Diaz is there.
He won 2 in a row. Kike's hilarious. Teoscar seems like a good dude. Freddie and Mookie and all the second base hip flexors and Shohei. Why would you not want to be part of that?
It's also just more proof, too, that it's not all about money. Because Steve Cohen is just as wealthy as the Dodgers.
Yep.
But you saw plenty of, Edwin Diaz's brother played for the Dodgers last year, and he told him how much fun he had here and how good the development was. And Diaz was pissed that the Mets fired the pitching coach out there. So it's never always about money.
And
It's not. This was not about money, no doubt. It's about lifestyle and winning.
You see what's going on out here, and then you see Soto and Lindor aren't getting along so great, and the Mets seem like they're desperately trying to make moves, and Diaz probably was like, you know what, I'm just going to go live in the sunshine and have a way easier life.
Well, testament to the team they built, too, because not only are they winning, they're winning with dudes that are not hateable guys. They're really likable guys, and that's coming from a Yankees fan. The Dodgers team is likable. These are fun characters. Who wouldn't want to hang with them?
But my assessment has been made. Remember you asked me last week, what do you think of Devin Williams, Rich, on the Mets? And I said, wow, amazing. If he's the setup guy to Edwin Diaz, if you're replacing Edwin Diaz with Devin Williams, I think it's a bunk-ass move. And in fact, when you think of the money, $6 million signing bonus.
Well, by the way, Edwin Diaz, for the record, 31 years old, and 3 years, $69 million. So he'll be 34.
So
the Mets offered him $66 million.
But keep in mind, I think the difference of talent. You might say, Devin Williams, he just had an off year. But if you're going to offer Diaz 3 years, 66, know what you gave Devin Williams? 3 years, 45, and a $6 million signing bonus, so essentially 51. What's a better deal? 3 years, 51 for Williams, or 3 years, 69? 69 for Diaz.
Oh man, Williams stinks.
And so,
I don't like his confidence.
So
he doesn't stink. I say that respectfully. I just don't buy him in New York.
You, Bursch, Big Mike, all the Dodgers fans, I promise you're going to love Edwin Diaz on nights where you're just watching a game and you're winning and you hear Timmy trumpets. It really is.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's fun.
It's electric. Man, it's gross.
Man,
it's gross
it's
how
gross.
likable and great the Dodgers are. But they built something, and you could hate on it or you could just respect it.
It's an awful day. It's an awful day if you're a Mets fan, and it's an awful day for Steve Cohen, David Stearns, who gets a reputation of being trying to get the most out of the dollar. If it really was, and they didn't take a counteroffer from the Mets, by the way. The Mets put an offer, Dodgers put an offer, he made a decision. If you had more money to spend, because the Mets said we would have came back higher. We should have came back higher to begin with. You lose your closer to the one team. If there's a team that the Mets need to outplay,
I know.
if they ever want to get there.
Because it wasn't, again, like Bo said, it wasn't about the money.
If you lost Edwin Diaz.
It was about the culture, the winning, and hey, LA's, the weather's great, guys. It really is. I wouldn't want to be back in New York. The only reason I'd want to be back on the East Coast is because my family's there.
If you told me the Mets lost Edwin Diaz to the Baltimore Orioles because they gave him 5 or 6 years, I'd say, I get it. He went after the money. Good move for him, right? But it was a lateral money move, which means he wasn't really that set on staying with the New York Mets.
Nope.
Congrats to the Dodgers. Man. Woo!
Hey. CNR live from the Fox Sports Radio studio. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Shipped fast and free. Backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. It's all about TireRack.com. The way tire buying should be.
You know, Iowa Sam just tell me how excited he is for tomorrow. We're going to watch the fight and football
a lot of
together.
sports to look forward to tomorrow. A lot to look forward to tomorrow.
And you know what?
Friday, tomorrow.
This sort of ties together because there's a story about spaghetti in a bag that I want to touch on real quick because it's so funny. We were texting about this earlier.
Homeboy, you probably eat spaghetti in a bag.
I'm always torn on
Do you remember that line? There was a Vanilla Ice song. I think it was Play That Funky Music on To the Extreme. And that was like his diss. He went, homeboy, you probably eat spaghetti with a spoon.
Man, that's the best diss of all time. I mean, you got him.
Hey, man, you didn't have the Vanilla Ice album.
Well,
you weren't to the extreme like me and Danny G.
Back to what I was saying. When I have people over, I'm always torn on pizza, like a tray of Mexican food, Italian takeout. Like, what's the go-to? Is it different regionally? Like,
can't go wrong with pizza.
Pizza's always the answer for a fight night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'll do some ordering tomorrow.
Well, get this. Bears, Browns. There was a kid.
Battlestar Galactica.
With a bag of spaghetti.
He looks like he's in his 20s.
Some kid wearing his ski goggles, eating a bag of spaghetti at the game. And he's gone viral. And it says someone brought a bag of spaghetti to eat during the Bears-Browns game. And everyone's laughing
and
about it.
It was labeled, right?
Yeah. Now, are you anti-leftovers kind of guy? I don't think you should be bringing it. Well, I don't think you should be bringing it on a plane. Get your stinky Subway sandwich out of my face. But what are your rules on this, Rich? Especially a game. Don't bring it to the game.
You got to back up for a second. He used a permanent marker on the bag to write the game and the date.
Bag.
Well, you know what? Let me just say this. That we've seen people do things, and it's like, are they doing it for the camera, hoping to get on? Do you remember there was a baseball game? I'm pretty sure it was a Mets or Phillies game where there was someone drinking through a hole they made in their hot dog or something.
Totally remember
or they were
that.
dipping
They're
something.
dipping chicken fingers, I think, in the soda, right? There was something
they
else.
were dripping. Yeah, someone was also dipping chicken fingers in their Coca-Cola.
Well, people are saying this is diabolical. Is it as bad as the internet's making it seem? I'm a good leftover guy. Am I bringing it to the game? Hell no.
I changed my mind.
Security should have flagged that.
People are more on a budget than ever before.
Yeah.
You could say, why are you making fun of this guy? He's he's doing the right thing.
I think DraftKings they put this post out. They're making fun of the labeled bag because they put having Bears Browns 12-14 on the bag of spaghetti is diabolical.
Yeah, that's like this was planned out. I'll tell you this: there are things that are
saved it for a special occasion.
There are things that are served at a ball game that even though they're served, I don't know if you should get them. Let me give you two examples. I know this sounds ridiculous, but I find it weird when grown men eat popcorn at a game. I feel like that's for the circus or a movie theater. I don't know why. Like if I see like you're at a Dodgers game or I don't know, you're at a Bears game in Chicago. Popcorn? What are you watching? Avatar? I don't know. I just think popcorn
as a man, if you're getting cotton candy, then you're kind of that's a more of a kiddie thing.
I don't know.
Right?
I just feel like the certain
popcorn, I think is good anytime. You know what? Next game we're at, I'm gonna get popcorn. You can't have any.
Well, I'm gonna give you one that you guys have made fun of me for years since I did it. So I was at a Broncos game. We were at Mile High. It was cold out, and I ordered tomato soup. They were selling it. And I remember for years, my buddies that we go to ball games with were like, remember the time Rich ordered tomato soup at the stadium?
Even that. The guy showed up in sweatpants, right? He looked like he came out in his pajamas.
It was a chilly night.
And then he spilled the soup all over his sweatpants. So we had to walk around with this idiot with a big tomato stain all over his gray sweatpants.
What, someone stab you in the thigh?
It wasn't even that he ordered tomato soup. It's the fact that he spilled it all over himself like a little schoolboy. I think that was part of it.
It did feel weird, Danny. I'm at a game. I know it was Vikings Broncos a couple years ago in Denver.
Yeah, I remember this.
And here I am. It's like in the third quarter, and I'm like sipping soup, and I'm like, why am I sipping soup at a game?
Why do I have the feeling you're the only person in the entire stadium that actually bought it?
You know what, I think I was. I'm going to bring this one level deeper, I think. Look, it is funny, right? The guy brings his leftover spaghetti, labeled for this day, for the game. And it is funny, like diabolical as the meme goes. And I see the video footage. We're showing it at Covino and Rich FSR. But in today's world where everybody's so in debt, right? Think about it. Everybody's living check to check. Everyone's in debt, and everyone's complaining about it. Isn't he doing technically the right thing? Economical, doing the right thing.
Taking mom's spaghetti to the game.
And it's $200 to park at a lot of stadiums.
Think of how expensive,
dude,
food is at the stadium.
I took my daughter to Jingle Ball at the Intuit where the Clippers play, and Thank you, iHeart, for the free tickets.
Oh,
Appreciate that. But could I tell you, parking was $70?
Yeah.
I was like,
$70?
$70? That's
Remember Sebastian?
$70. All right, listen, we'll see you guys. Have a great Thursday night. Rams,
Enjoy the game.
Seahawks, I hope it lives up to it. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Arrivederci,
We'll
baby.
see you in the over promised land
Let's go.
next.